Hello guys, today we're going to talk about how we could convert Outsource project to quick start package. So let's imagine that we are implementation partner and we have a request or partnership with some company from specific business area to make some product for them. So usually when that company who is working in a specific area, they are trying to automate business processes, and those business processes are actually related to that business area. So let's imagine that it's, for example, real estate, right? So that means that when we are trying to build some project for that company who is related to that business area, that means that they are trying to solve in their everyday life their basic requirements, their basic problems, and automate the routine. So that means that that project that we will provide to them is actually will be a product that could be applicable for other players who is working in the same business area. So that means that if we will work on that project related to the business area and we will implement it in such a way flexible manner where basic components can be actually configured via settings page, for example. So in that case we could get something called basic product. So let's imagine that, for example, for a real estate agency we have prepared some specific catalog where customers of that agency could actually filter by that product, because they could get best price. They could for example, take a look what kind of properties they have in the specific area, and so on and so forth. So all agents or all players of the same business area will actually need kind of the same product, right? Sometimes there might be some configurations or search bar different filters, but basics are actually the same because all of them trying to say to solve the same problem, right? They are trying to make the same type of business, right? But we are a little bit different selling strategies, but idea is the same. So that means that if during the implementation for that company one, because anyway we'll have to implement it, right? We already have that partnership. We will prepare that basic product. So then what we could do is we could work together with our sales team, and our sales team could do the following. It could do conferences where we have companies from the same area. It could do some presentations and share it with CEOs of these companies and so on and so forth. There might be different activities from the sales team to present that basic product to the companies. So when they will present, the basic arguments that they need to share should be the following. So when they will start to use a basic product, it will already give them an opportunity to start immediately. So let's imagine that if, for example, we already prepared online shop, right? So you could just install it today in the evening. Tomorrow you could add products, and tomorrow in the evening you could already start and use it, right? You will assign appropriate roles, you will add the products, and you will add your paying account. So just it, right? So it will be a quick start for them, and it will be low cost. Why low cost? Because it's not required for them to pay development team, start from the beginning for entire implementation, because implementation is already done. They could just reuse it project or product. So in that case the cost could be low. So then, because a couple of let's say persons or a couple of companies already using the product, so that means that there are support team, and it's helping to grow the project, because if only one customer using that product, so that means that they have to support them by themselves. But if there are it's represented as a standalone, let's say, per product, so and it's implemented in different companies, so that means that if company one will raise the bug, or company two, it's coming to the basic support team, and the basic support team will make sure that it's resolved for all of the customers. So then possibility to get customizations, right? Because if it's basic product and you implemented it in such kind of manner where it's easy to customize, so in that manner that, for example, if client for the company to have a little bit different requirements or a little bit different filters, and you have those filters as options to configure, right, then you could adjust your basic product and it could work for the company number two in such kind of manner. So in that case, let's say we are preparing audience on which will be able to use that project, right, when we are providing those arguments. So when we provided those arguments, and when we are getting some leads, so we need to work with those leads. We need to show them presentation, show them possibility to customize it, maybe give them some free trial period, right, for them to try and test, for example, for a week, how that project works, right, and how they will look like, and then you could make a deal. So then that company that was previously just an implementation partner, right? So at this moment could run their own sales process, but when they will do that sales process, that basic product that they will sell now need to be sold with some additions, right, which need to be added because it's a now product, right? So it should contains how-to guides, right? It could be video documentation, how to use it, right? How to, for example, configure different settings. So it could be support board, right? Where some support engineers will be able to support guys in terms of how to do what. So it could be ideas and request boards. So why it's important? So ideas and request board actually helping you to improve your project because sometimes you are not an internal, let's say, player of that business area, and you as an implementation partner know just some details of that area. But when those players of that area, for example, requesting some functionality, and they, for example, doing it on some boards and they vote for it, right? And you could say, all right, so it looked like, for example, something new happens in that area. For example, now popular, I don't know, like online payments for property or something like this, or credits or something like this. So in that manner, a lot of guys from that business area will request the same, and it will help you to actually prioritize what kind of functionality you need to implement in the future. So sometimes when you have a couple of companies here, right, and one of the clients requested, for example, some customization and or functionality, right? So you could charge that client for that additional functionality because it's not a part of the basic product. So once that new functionality is developed, right, what you could do is you could do exactly the same what you did in the beginning. So from that feature, you are, for example, preparing basic extension package or basic extension product, right? And then you could sell it as well. So you could sell it to these, like companies, right? And ask them, do you want to have that new functionality, or do you want, and then customers could actually request that additional extension. And in that manner, you will be able to grow your project. You will be able to provide extension packages to your clients, so that that product will always growing up. You will get enough support, and you will be able, to not reduce the same work that you already did for one client to other clients. So you will be able to just sell the same product, right, and polish that product via your support board and ideas board. And in that manner, you will be able to grow your project actually from one-time outsourced project to something called quick start packages. And that specific implementation idea is something that outsource company using when they transferring from one, let's say, way of selling, of what they are doing, right, of selling people to selling products. And in that manner, as you could see, business is different. And the way how you could sell this, basic products even could be subscriptions. So for example, if guys just would like, to start and play with that area, they would like to try, for example, for a couple of months, as if they will be able to, play in that area. You could actually, with that basic product actually give them this, right? Because as we mentioned, quick start is one of the pluses of that specific solution. So in that case, you will provide them basic product. They will be able to upload all images, information. So in the next couple of days, it will be, let's say, working online business, and they could test, let's say, how it will go. If something will be, not good, they will be able to just, cancel subscription from the specific period of time, right, and continue move, in other direction, wherever, right, and you will continue be able to give to people that specific opportunity with that basic product. So it's one of the ways how we could grow actually outsource project to something bigger. And just here, we need to not forget about, let's say, morale or ethic. And in that case, when we are working with a specific, let's say, company for whom we are providing that solution, right? And if we could see that we could actually extend it, so we could communicate it, and we could make sure that it's, let's say, properly documented, right? So there will be no any kind of questions or troubles in the futures. Some companies, let's say, developing niche specific or business area specific products from the beginning, right? But in that case, there might be situations when they're doing something, and then at the end, let's say, they will not be able to send it because they not understand area, in details. But when we are in that manner doing our product, so it's helping us a lot because we are already implementing something for one of the niche players, and it's helping us a lot, like to understand a lot of details, to polish the product, to make like appropriate hidden logic and all this stuff, right? Which will make our project much more better for that specific area. And once it will be done, let's say, and I hope that that implementation partner is good, right, and will provide a good quality of the product, because if you are preparing it as a basic package, it's need to be secure, it's need to be, like properly set up, right, and there should be no opportunity to, hack it or to get data exposure. Let me just add it here. So it's an important note. So in that case, you will be able to really grow some product, which is, like will give more pluses for the players of that area. It will give you more pluses because it will be real project, right? Not something that you just did based on your investigations. And what is the most important, right, for outsource companies, it's because that work is already, let's say, was charged, right? So in that area there will be no bad things, right? Anyway, you are already implemented. Sometimes it will require for you, like maybe to make that basic project as a package, right? And it will require additional effort from your development team and all this stuff, right? But it's of course, investment of the implementation partner as well, right? Into the architecture of that product from the beginning, right? To make sure that it will be possible to make it as a basic product and as a standing product, that it will be, like there will be no hard codes and, like all this stuff, and everything will be pretty done in a manner of plug and play. But it will give benefits in the future. Right.